Okay, welcome to this spontaneous video of me recording my top favorite books of 2023, and maybe I'm gonna mention other books that I read as well that sort of stood out for me. Okay, the top 5 books were very hard to, it's so hard to rank these books because they're not all the same, but I'll be doing my best. I'll start with The Song of Achilles. This is a mythology book, but it doesn't even matter if you don't like mythology or if you don't really read it or don't follow it or whatever. It's really, really well written, and you don't need to know any mythology to get into this. There will be like crazy Greek names. Greek names that are hard to read, but basically that's it. You really need to read this. The hype for this is so real. Got me bawling my eyes out. I made a vlog about this. The next book, The Wonder. This is unexpected because I did not even plan on getting this book. I just saw it in the bookstore and I'm like, okay, I remember the recommendation from Dee. And this is Emma Donoghue. I also read Room by her this year, so she's good. And then this one, wow. I have never given Emma Donoghue a score that is less than 5 stars so far, and I read 2 of her books. Okay, this is about a girl who she has not eaten for 4 months, and this nurse is like, that's impossible. And then she was hired to watch over this kid to see how she's able to sustain herself. Is this a miracle? Is she a kid? This kid is a wonder? Or is there something else sinister going on? I really, really love this one. This is Blood Sugar. I read this recently, like towards the end of the year. It has psychology. All of these, by the way, have great, magnificent writing. This one, well, this is about a girl. She is a woman. She is convicted of the murder of her husband and 3 other murders. Okay, but then she's only guilty of 3 murders and not the murder of her husband. And she's, of course, trying to prove herself that, no, I didn't kill my husband. But then the investigators are like very curious, like, are you sure? Because like it's so rare for a person to be connected to different strangers and their common denominator is you and they're all dead. More of a literary fiction than a thriller, but really well written, very vulnerable. And I went crazy with the tabs. I think I have with all of these books. Okay, the next book is Milk Fed, and this book I loved mostly because of how very visceral it is. So this book is about a girl, and she is having these eating habits, like very distorted views on eating, but then it's so good. The descriptions of the food in this book, incredible. Chapter 78, like read this book just for chapter 78, because here you will read how like the raw feeling of being alone and suffering through like when everybody has let you down. What do you do when everybody in your life has let you down? Oh my god, so good. Just thinking about it makes me, yeah, I'm definitely gonna reread this in January. Tomorrow. The writing is incredible. It's sort of plotless. It's not really bad, but the exploration of this character is really, really so special. And I know people say that this is such a weird book, and I agree that it is. There's some smut that is kind of like a little bit overboard. Like she really went there. This author, Melissa Broder, she really went there. And top favorite book of the year, and I actually guessed this. Like the moment that I finished reading it, I'm like, oh god, this is my favorite book of the year. And I read this in the middle of the year. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I love this book. Mainly because of the main character. The real main character. Yeah, so this is about a high school teacher. He is in space. He wakes up, he's in space. He doesn't remember why. What am I doing here? And then throughout the story, we get flashbacks. And then we sort of like, the character's memories are coming back slowly. And we are experiencing it with him. And it's just incredible. The friendship, the very charming, warm feelings that you would get while reading this book, and realizing that there are just things in this world that are just bigger than you, bigger than yourself. Yeah, so that's Project Hail Mary. So that is my top 5, and yeah, here they are. Okay, and I'll be mentioning like the honorable mentions. I have 2. Okay, My Dark Vanessa. Have you read this book? If not, go read it. It's about this girl. She is facing the consequences of what happened to her back when she was young. So we're recounting the events that happened when she was young, and then how she is, like how she managed to grow up in this kind of having these experiences, and then when other girls with the same experience as her turn up and ask for her help, what will she do? Like I feel so bad for the girl here. Anyway, the story is about this girl. Yes, she is basically preyed upon by her high school teacher, and they have a relationship of a sexual nature, and she grows up having that trauma and how she deals with that. And this is such a quietly dark, but it's beautiful, but in a very bleak way. That's what I can say about it. This is Kate Elizabeth Russell's first book, Earthlings by Sayaka Murata. I have read a lot of Japanese books this year. Earthlings, maybe because it caught me off guard, but I loved the commentary towards the beginning and then the way that the characters unravel towards the end. Crazy. These are all very, like I said, these books are also well written. Very, very well written. I'm speechless. How do I explain this story without spoiling it? Let's just say that the cute cover is so misleading. So misleading. Basically, the woman in here, she has a tough childhood, and she's all grown up. Her husband, they don't have a normal marriage, like they don't have a normal relationship. Basically, it's like a marriage of convenience, and then they have ideas about how society should work, and that is not, for example, producing. But actually, just go into this book blindly. It's best. But I don't know, maybe search up trigger warnings. Okay, time for the special mentions of this year, which I am so excited for. Okay, let's start with the disappointing reads because I don't want to see them anymore. Okay, House in the Cerulean Sea. Why is everyone raving about this book? I mean, okay, I get it that it's charming, but it's so in your face with the teachings that it's trying to say. Like, it distracted me so much. Like, every page, you should do this, you should do that. Yeah. Now, next, The Death of Vivek Oji. What can I say about this book? First of all, I was so shocked about this one plot twist. Could I say this is literary fiction, very character driven, very well written though, but it's just so disappointing. I don't know. I was expecting something else as well. I read a series this year, classic YA staple. It's the reason why this series is a 5-star series for me. It really takes you back to that high school place that you missed. This is the original Fake Dating. Okay, to all the boys I loved before by Jenny Han. I like that this is about more on the love interest. And then P.S. I Still Love You is about her trying to navigate her school. There are other family stuff that's going on as well, which is what I like. It's not all about her. And there is a love interest in here. So this is a love triangle. I kind of did not like that part, but still I still appreciated this book. And then this one is about, this is not about the love part anymore. This is more about her and her future. Like, do I get into the school of my dreams? What do I do now that I'm going to be leaving my dad and my youngest sister, and I'm going to be all on my own in this world? Very, very worth it. And the last books that I want to talk about. Miss I Sandwich is such a short, Miyako Kawakami, literary fiction. Such a short book that tells a story of a boy's experiences in life. Like, this packs a punch in this much amount of pages. It's so nice. Like, I can't even talk about it because, first of all, Miyako Kawakami's writing is so special, and I actually did, I have another book of hers in this list. But Miss I Sandwich is probably my favorite work of hers because it's unique, it's thoughtful, thought-provoking as well. It's very intimate in a way. The other book, favorite women's fiction of the year, Breast and Eggs by Miyako Kawakami. I also have a vlog of this. The experience that I had reading this, yes, there were parts that got a little bit draggy, but I cried my eyes out in one of the scenes. I think 2 of the scenes here. She is really good. Miyako Kawakami. I don't think I've read a Haruki Murakami book this year, but I think it's fine because I've read a book from hers and they have very similar writing styles. Favorite made me feel empty book. Whatever that category is. My Year of Rest and Relaxation. It's about a girl. She has everything. She's beautiful, she's rich, but then she feels empty inside. And it's just a lesson on life and how even the laws of nature cannot be conquered by the material things in this life. Favorite memoir of the year. I only read 2, but this one stood out. Broken by Shai Keenan. This is about a girl who was abused since she was 3 but her development and growing up into becoming something that is like defying all the things that happened to her, incredible. And my favorite YA, and this is actually my last book of the year, I'll Never Tell by Abigail Haas. I did not expect to like this as much as I did. I think I mentioned that in the reading vlog that I had this, but it's a YA gem, people. This is a thriller, but also I think what makes this really nice is the mixed media. So it's very easy to read, right? And then how it just sucker punches you at the end. It's unexpected. Favorite romance of the year? Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. Very beautiful quotes in here. It's so sweet, the relationship between the two characters in here, and also more on trying to figure out who you are and what you want your legacy to be. Favorite thriller of the year is The Last Housewife. I don't think I've ever talked about this in a vlog. Look at the candy tabs on this. This book, I love that. Okay, it's dark, it's a thriller, but also it's actually pretty well written. The way that the author formatted the story, it was very effective. Also, it features Scheherazade. Okay, she is, I mean, the way that the author connected Scheherazade and her coming up with stories like the 1001 Arabian Nights story. So if you're not familiar with that, yeah, the lady who came up with the 1001 stories of Arabian Nights. Okay, she is basically the slave girl, and each night there is a king, and this king, he takes the girl and then he makes love to them, and then he kills them at the end of the day. But then this woman, Scheherazade, what she did was she told him a story, like, okay, wait a minute, don't kill me first, I'll tell you a story. So she tells her story, and then that's why the king doesn't end up killing her, because he wants to hear the next story in the next night. And that's how the 1001 Arabian stories came out. But anyway, yeah, and then this story took that, see, Scheherazade, you careful actress. So this is about like this main character trying to weave a story, which is really cool because, oh, weave a story, and there she is, she's sewing in the cover. You'll be shocked why the title is The Last Housewife, and then how she was able to thread the story of her telling us what's happening currently in her life, and then her telling her past, at the same time solving a problem that has happened or that's happening currently. Because the main plot is one of her friends in high school died, and then another friend of hers died the same way 20 years after, or 20 years after the same incident. So that is very curious to her, and that is why she decided to, like, okay, I have to go out there and figure out what really happened. But yeah, I have so much to say, but I don't want to spoil things. I feel like I'm about to spoil things. Did I mention my favorite classic this year? It's The Little Prince. The part here where he says that when his friend has to go, the fox said it's going to be okay because I have gained the color of wheat. Like, the color of wheat gained meaning because it reminds me of your blonde hair. Like, okay, I'm sorry, you won't really understand what I said, like, if you have not read this book, but very, very sweet. A lot of charming. It's very short, right? But the stories are also very thought-provoking. Favorite modern classic, Breakfast at Tiffany's by Truman Capote. Enjoyed this one, did not expect it. I think I gave it initially 3 stars, but you know what? Actually, I think this is a 5-star book. That is how my ratings change. Her character, Holly Golightly, she is so unique. And then the way that she nonchalantly carries on with her life. Did I just zone out? What the heck? What was I saying? I'm lucky enough to have a copy of this. I think I got this for, what, 100 pesos? Very good find. Okay, so anyway, that is it for this video. I'm hoping to have a happy 2024 reading experience. So hopefully. Oh yeah, this year I read a total of 73 books. And today's the last day, so I won't be able to read anymore to reach 75. But that's fine because I really just aim to read 23 books. So next year I'll be aiming to read 24 books. I have a lot of books on my TBR that I really want to get to. Yeah.